Just kind of talking about the past 2 days. You guys know we've lost the past 2 days, right? Been a little bit red, but still stuck to our discipline. Have not gone past our loss limit, any of that. The market's been tough. So just coming into today, I knew I was going to come in with a conservative mindset with the FOMC. I wasn't going to come in aggressive. Wasn't going to come in looking to take any crazy trades or risk a lot of capital. Using today as more tape reading and just kind of focusing on our psychology risk management. And obviously, yeah, we'll still look for some trades. We'll still look for a trade here. But as I said this morning, if we don't see anything, we'll just sit on the sideline for the whole day. I won't take any trades the whole day if I don't see anything worth trading. Sorry, I'm just reading through some of your guys' chats here, kind of going through. No way, your friend won the lottery yesterday? Bro, that's crazy. 100K? Yep, live account. Straight into a live account. Grow that 100K account to $1 million. That's wild, man. I don't think I've ever met someone that even knows someone that has won the lottery before. Wild stuff. Let's see. I hit the lottery knowing you guys. I hit the real lottery with this community. Let's see. Just kind of trying to read through a lot of chats here. Oh man. You want a heating blanket. Now that's the win. That's a big win right there. That's a big win. $1,000 on a scratch off. Dude, all of my experience, anytime I've ever done scratchers or anything like that, even just going to the casino, man, I'm not good at it. I don't know how to do it. I suck. But I know how to trade. So that's why I stick with trading. Last time I was at the casino, I was actually up a little bit, up pretty good, and then I was like, you know what? I didn't even expect to have this money. I'm going all in. Boom, lost it. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm walking away. No more gambling. FanDuel's a scam, really? I used to do FanDuel and stuff back in college, but I don't do any of that sports betting or anything anymore. None of that. Yeah, guys. I mean, it's actually crazy. If you guys know, everybody says trading is gambling. Anytime you tell someone that you're a trader, that you like to trade, they say you're gambling. It's yeah, in a sense, it is calculated risk, right? That's what gambling technically is. But it's so much different. If you come into the market and just click buy and sell constantly and you have no plan or anything, that's gambling. But if you have a real plan, with a real strategy, with a real risk management strategy, and you have mental toughness, I don't think it's gambling. If you take this seriously, I don't think it's gambling. I think it's a real skill to make some money. That's my opinion. You're a good luck charm at the casino, Easy Sunshine? Okay, next time I go, I think you're going to have to go with then. You're going to have to go with. Yes, sir, Gianni. I am 23, almost 24, actually. Getting closer to 24. Getting closer to my Kobe year. I'm in my Jordan year right now. Exactly. Treat trading like a business. Treat it like a business. Treat it like a profession. Be a professional. Sagittarius. I am a Sagittarius. My birthday's in December. It's in December. It's in a few months. Okay, guys. So let's look at the charts a little bit. So trading is on the resume. There you go. Nah, but you're a man, Chasky. You don't even need a resume, bro. Don't you own your own business? Come on now. Don't you own a business or you flip houses? Bro, you're making bank trading. You don't need a resume. Come on now. All right, 15-minute time frame. We are in this 15-minute busy right here. We're bouncing between 15-minute SIBI, 15-minute busy. Let's just kind of look back at our higher time frames. Let's take a look back here. Let's broaden our horizons here. Get some better perspective, as I like to say. All right, so this 4-hour and this daily busy have been holding us up, right? 4-hour daily bullish imbalances have been holding us up pretty strong. They've been keeping us up. We have not broken through this imbalance here. We have not broken through this imbalance here. Long wick on the 4-hour. Just kind of scrolling out even more on the 4-hour. We look pretty bullish here to me on the 4-hour, right? You guys, I mean, how many times have I talked about these equal highs up here? These equal highs. I just want to see us pump. I want to see us pump up to those equal highs. Today might be different. FOMC has, could do its own thing. We're in this hourly SIBI right here. We have not broken through this hourly SIBI. Okay, so we're just kind of stuck in this hourly range. Look at this pretty nasty hourly range we've been stuck in since Monday. Right? Almost actually since last week, pretty much. We've just been stuck in this hourly range. We can't seem to break out of it. And that makes sense with FOMC this week, right? Price action the past 2 days, not so good. Leading into FOMC, people are kind of holding on to their positions. They're not really, taking big trades. Market's just kind of chopping. Market's just very choppy, right? So, again, it all makes sense. We're not surprised by the fact that the market hasn't been that good this week. It completely makes sense. So that's why market conditions are really important to pay attention to, because we know there's going to be certain days that are worse and certain days that are better. Obviously, this week has not been good. So let's see what happens here. We have about a minute going into FOMC. The initial data release is in a minute. Let's see right here. So federal funds rate, FOMC economic projections, FOMC statement, all happening in just 1 minute. And then at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, we have our actual press conference. So again, guys, I will not be gambling. I will not be jumping into any positions right now. I will just be watching the market, seeing what happens. I will just be watching and seeing what happens here, all right? No trading for me yet. No trading for me. Got to know when to hold them. Okay. And 20 seconds. We have 20 seconds. You guys are scaring me here. That's not a bad idea, Jack. Holding yourself accountable, that's what it's about. And here we go. Did you guys just see that? This is why I don't gamble. This is why I don't gamble FOMC. Woo! Look at that pump. Look at that pump. It's going crazy. All right, let's just see how many ticks we've already moved so far, right? Right here. 700 plus, almost 800 ticks already. 824 ticks. 800 plus ticks, and we are just 30 seconds into this 1 minute candle, right? I know some of you are thinking, I should have gone long. I'd be making bank right now. Okay, let's just find out how many ticks would your stop had to have been to be in the longs from the initial bounce. It wicked down 288 ticks. It wicked down 288 ticks before making this move, right? So where are you going to put your stop? Like, where are you going to put your stop, right? There's nowhere to put your stop. Unless you traded maybe 1 micro or something, or, you had super light risk and you maybe kept a 400 tick stop or something like that. Maybe. Hey, we're almost taking out those equal highs. I told you guys, those equal highs. These are the equal highs I've been talking about for weeks now. We're so close. We are so close. This is basically what I've been trying to target for the past 2 weeks. Let's see if ES is almost at all-time highs. ES is almost at all-time highs. Pretty wild. It is a crazy idea that we're at all-time highs on ES and NQ basically, and we're about to cut rates. It's funny to think about it that way. But it makes sense why they're cutting rates with inflation being high. I know inflation is coming down for sure. Inflation has been coming down a lot, that's for sure. I'm not going to lie. The Fed, they don't have an easy job, man. They have a very, very difficult job. Very, very difficult job. Man, if you lower rates too much, you could send the economy right back into a recession. If you don't lower the rates, you could also send the economy into a recession. So it's a pretty fine line that they have to keep. So it's pretty interesting stuff to me. Pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, that would be pretty wild, Joshua. That would be pretty wild. I don't expect that to happen. So let's see that 1 minute candle. Let's see how many ticks it ultimately moved. 1 minute. 950 ticks. 950 ticks. 1 minute candle. Right? It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. This is not what I'm going to trade. Let me look at it real quick. Let's see if they give us a number. I don't know if they were talking about either 0.25 basis points or 0.5 basis points. For the cut. Okay, so it looks like they cut at 0.25 basis points. Because it was... No, they cut at 0.5. Wow, you're right. 0.5. They did cut at 5. Okay. That is a pretty big cut, guys. So now our rates are now at 5%. Our rates are now at 5%. So that's a really, really big cut. A lot of implications. A lot of implications into our economy now with that. So now, again, obviously you guys know I'm no professional in the economy. I'm just a trader. I'm just a humble trader. But there's a lot of implications that come with that. Right? Typically what you will see in the markets and across the board is you will see typically a lot of other sectors starting to cut rates as well. So just because we cut rates, the Fed cut rates, doesn't mean we're automatically going to see housing markets go down or the housing rates go down. It's almost like a trickle down effect. So we would hope to see the housing rates go down after this, right? But that's probably just means that now prices for housing is just going to go up because the rates are going down. Now there's going to be more of a demand. Now there's going to be more of a demand for housing, right? Because now more people are going to be buying houses. So again, it all just plays off each other. It's interesting stuff. I definitely recommend you guys looking into it if you're not familiar with any of these concepts or ideas. It's important for us to keep our eye on this stuff. Consumer spending sharply rose in August. This was premature. Yeah, we did see consumer spending rise. What's crazy is that our credit, because we've seen consumer spending going up and up and up, right? But it's a lot of it's on credit. A lot of it's on credit. I don't remember what the number is, but I think American credit is at like all-time highs. So you can say that we're spending, but when people are spending on credit, that doesn't mean they're spending in cash, right? So it's very interesting. Are you going to trade FOMC? I'm going to look for trades, but again, I wait for the market to die down a lot before I look to take a trade. I will wait for the market to die down a lot before jumping into any trades. Right now, we're still very volatile. This is not something I'm going to risk capital in yet. Hey, there you go, Brian. There you go. Go sell those houses. Yeah, so wow, pretty crazy. I was expecting maybe just a 0.25 basis cut. I was not expecting the full 0.5 cut. That's a pretty big rate cut. So yeah, pretty big move. What do you think if someone has two PAs with 50 tick stop loss on both the hedge account and gambling with calculated risk? I'm a little bit confused by what you mean there, Deep. Are you talking about you go short and you go long on both accounts? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I think we've all thought about that before. Right? But here's the thing. It drops almost 300 ticks before it pumped, right? So even if you had a 50 tick stop, you would have completely got wrecked on both sides. Right? Both of your stops would have gotten taken out and you would lose both accounts. Right? So that's why, like, if that was possible all the time, everybody would be doing that. If that was possible, who wouldn't? Everybody would do that. Like, there's ways you can go about it for sure. I've seen people do it before, but I don't think it's a very successful strategy. Come on, no stop loss is the way. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. Yeah, it's under Forex Factory, Jack. So if you go to Forex Factory and you can look at what was our previous number and then what is our now number. So the expected number, the expected cut was 0.25 and we got a 0.5 cut. So if you look on the right side of where it says federal funds rate, it'll show you that. It'll show you that on Forex Factory. So yeah, guys, big stuff happening again right now. Just kind of chilling, just kind of waiting for the market to calm down a little bit. See if we're going to start getting a trend and whether that's a bullish trend or a bearish trend. And yeah, we still have Powell speaking. Yeah, exactly. In like, what time is it? Almost a little less than 30 minutes. So like 22 minutes. Account liquidated. Yeah. So again, I talked about it all day. Not really in a rush to take any trades today. The only way I would take a trade before Papa Powell is if we see an actual trend start to begin and we start to form some market structure. That's the only way I would start, I would look to take a trade before that. If that doesn't happen, if we're just going to kind of range and chop around for a while, then I would wait until after that press conference to do anything, to even look for a trade. So, I mean, one of the main reasons I hopped on here, obviously it's a part of our schedule, but one of the main reasons was to try to help some of you guys from not blowing your accounts and not gambling FOMC. Because I don't think anybody would have made money if they gambled FOMC just now. Maybe there's a small possibility. Are you trading live account? Yes, sir. Yeah, but I don't know if I even want to trade a live today. I might even just go to a funded account, honestly. I don't even know if I will trade live capital. What's your bias as per daily chart? Daily chart, bias. Let's talk about it one more time. I'm still bullish on the daily chart. Why, you might ask, right? Why? We're in a bearish trend maybe on the daily time frame. Well, overall, things in the economy are starting to look a lot better. I would expect people to react positively to that. Looking at technical analysis, we are starting to respect bullish order flow on daily time frames. We have a lot of equal highs in buy side liquidity to grab. We're respecting bullish imbalances. So overall, I still am bullish bias on a daily time frame and even on a weekly, right? Just on this weekly time frame, I'm still bullish biased right now. So it would need to take a lot for me to change that. Bias. I'm just going to get rid of some of these lines. No longer liquidity levels. Okay. Yeah, exactly. If you had no stop loss and maybe you traded one micro, maybe a few micros you could have held on. You could have maybe made some money on that trade. Right? That's kind of the only way, and that would not be too smart of a thing to do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you were right, Brian, 100%. Why do you color your candlesticks white and purple? Because I just love the colors. It goes, we have Eternal Exchange. We're white, purple, black. That's our colors. I just really like the color purple. I think it's pretty cool. It stands out. I just like how my charts look. There's not really any crazy reason for it. All right, so we have a 5-minute imbalance down here. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Shosky. Purple, it's where it's at. Yeah, I was a big Mace Windu fan as a kid, so a little bit of inspiration from Star Wars. Yeah, purple is a pretty rare color for businesses to use. Okay, 5-minute busy here. It's not my favorite. My favorite colors, honestly, are green and blue. Green and blue are my favorite colors, but I think purple is pretty cool. Green and blue is just too normal. Every business uses green and blue. Green, blue, red. And there's actual psychological reasons why businesses use those colors. Yeah, exactly. Color theory. Right. I just didn't really care about that. The name, there's a few reasons for the name. So I actually started up a business back during COVID, and I actually named it Eternal Exchange, and I sold books. That was my first business, and the reason for Eternal Exchange was my thought process was the exchange of books or products or whatever it is. Like, books have been sold or traded forever, ever since the beginning of books being created, right? And they always will be until the end of the world. And that was kind of my initial thinking for that, and I thought it was kind of cool. And then I kind of, when I was starting up this new Discord, I was thinking, you know what? I really like that name, and it kind of goes into the same thing of, we're exchanging, we're buying, we're constantly buying and selling. It's eternal, and this company will never end. So that's another reason. But also kind of cool, someone kind of brought up the idea. I didn't even think about this, but if you are Christian, kind of plays into the idea of Jesus exchanging his life for our eternal life. So it's kind of cool as well. Do I like boxing? I love boxing, man. I absolutely love boxing. Boxing's sick. I told my mom I wanted to become a boxer in high school, and she said, no, you've already had 3 concussions. It's like, yeah, you're probably right. I probably shouldn't do that. Man, the Rocky movies are my favorite. I love the Rocky movies. You said Rocky Marciano or Muhammad Ali. I love Muhammad Ali. I know you're talking about a different Rocky. But Muhammad Ali is awesome. I love Mike Tyson. In high school, you were ranked 1 in UK boxing. That's crazy. What weight were you at? That's pretty sick. Yeah, so we do this every single day, right? So every market open, I'm streaming just like this, showing my executions, live executions on the screen. We're doing our pre-market analysis twice a day, really. So Mondays through Thursdays, 2 live sessions a day. Fridays we just do 1. We just do our morning session. But yeah, we trade. We do this every single day. Of course. Yeah, guys. So again, let's look at the 15-minute real quick. Do you guys see how far we came back down the 15-minute? We're not creating any kind of trend. We're not really doing anything. Dude, the update, 100% update to iOS 18 if you have an iPhone. It's insanely cool. It's so cool. Yesterday I messed around with it for like an hour. So again, just kind of going back to the trend. We don't really have any kind of trend right now. Completely came back down, rebalanced the market. So now what we want to start looking at is, all right, what order flow are we going to respect? Are we going to respect bearish order flow or bullish order flow, right? What does that mean? Are we going to start respecting bearish for value gaps or bullish for value gaps, right? With 1 minute SIBI right here, are we going to run through it? Are we going to show bullish price action, or are we going to start respecting this and taking out lows? We're right in the middle of our news candle, so it's not really a place I would look to take a trade just yet. Whoever disregards discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heads correction is honored. It's a very cool verse. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that, Slime. Yeah, no. When Powell goes on for his press conference, the market won't go crazy again. It will go crazy again. Oh, you're getting married, man. Congratulations. Oh, wait, trade down to 3, right? Is that you? I remember you had a different. Wait, then who is? I thought that was trade down to 3. I'm so confused. Okay, Baby B, I don't have advice for you because I've never been married, but I'm sure a lot of people in the chat do have amazing advice for you. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Got you. Yeah, I'm sure everybody, there's a lot of people that are married in the chat. I'm sure they have some good advice. Again, I can't give you any advice. That would be hypocritical of me. I've never been married. But man, we got a lot of awesome people in here. A lot of awesome people in here. Oh god. Man, that has me laughing. Okay, let's see if we're going to inverse this 1 minute Sibby right here. We're respecting the 5 minute busy. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Okay, I'm going to get back to trading. All right, so we just inverse that 1 minute Sibby right here. Just inverse that 1 minute Sibby. Let's see if we're going to create a 1 minute busy. Let's see if we're going to go up for the highs here. I mean, that's 500 ticks. Let's see how big this level is. Okay, that's not too bad. 84 ticks. You know, you'd have to keep pretty much like 100 tick stop right now. If you're gonna get into an entry, you'd pretty much have to keep 100 tick stop. It just depends on what our levels are looking like. But again, let's say we trade into this 1 minute busy here. So you'll probably, if I do take a trade today, guys, I'll be in very, very light. Man, a home with no peace is a prison. That hits deep right there, C Breezy. That hits deep. That hits deep. That ain't the truth. Okay, guys, if these longs... Hey, okay, Baby B, I will say one thing. I will say one thing about that, what you just said. You're 21, you're afraid you won't be able to afford a family later, man. Look, God's got a plan for you. God has your back, man. I know, like, you're going to put in the work. If you are getting married, that means you're doing it for a reason, right? You're going to put in the work to provide. If you are going to be the provider, you're going to put the work in to do it. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money. That will work itself out. It will. That will work out. I know it might sound hypocritical, right? I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I've never been married, so I can't really say that. I can't really say too much. But what I believe is that you can't focus on the money too much. If it's right, it's right. Okay, we just tapped into the 1 minute there. We got such a quick bounce. Didn't even have a chance to jump into an entry if I wanted to. We tapped into a 2 minute there as well. These longs are looking very, very nice right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. These longs look pretty nice right now. We inversed that 1 minute Sibby. We're creating a 1 minute, 2 minute busy that we traded into. So like I said before, you know, I'm gonna keep sitting on the sideline for right now, as tempting as it is. Yeah, exactly, KT, right? We still have news, our press conference coming in about 10 minutes. So again, price could get completely unpredictable again. Yeah, man. You know, that's something I thought about for a long time, was like, I don't want to get married until I have enough money. I don't want to do this until I have enough money. Stop waiting for the money and just go do the things you want to do, and the money will follow. The money will follow, man. I'm telling you. If you have your values in the right place, the money will follow. It's a byproduct of what you do. Stop waiting for the money. Just go do what you want to do, man. Go do what you want to do. I'm telling you, if you keep doing this trading thing, yeah, there's a strong possibility you're going to have some extra money laying around to go do some cooler things, right? Maybe some dreams you have that you might not get to do without the money, but just go put in the work. Start doing it. Start doing it. You know, if you want to help people out, go start helping people out. You don't need that much money to do it. Keep cash in your wallet. If you want to help out the homeless, go buy the homeless food. Like, if that's something you're passionate about, just go do it. Stop waiting. You don't need $1 million to help people. You don't need $1 million to start a family, right? I know it's stressful, I'm sure. I can only imagine the stress you might be going through, but man, God's got your back, I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. I believe that with my whole heart. From my own personal experience, guys, I've struggled with stress a lot in my life. That's something that's, it's almost constant in my life, no matter what. And the more I stress and the more I overthink about it, the worse things get. We stress about all these things that never truly happen. We stress and stress and stress and stress, and we just don't put the work in. Trust me, I've struggled with it. I've struggled with it a lot. I still continue to struggle with stress because it's always going to be a part of my life because it's there, right? But you got to learn to cope with it and you got to learn how to deal with it. And everybody's going to have different ways to do that. And I've started to figure out mine, right? I started to get mine under control. But a lot of things get fixed pretty easily when you just work hard. When you do deliberate work, when you focus on yourself, your mental health, your physical health, you focus on helping others, man, good things happen. Let's see. What is the first 5 things an intermediate trader should focus on perfectioning? Okay, good question, man. That's a great question. Okay. Number 1, stick to one strategy. Stop switching strategies. That's the number 1 thing. I see a lot of people switching strategies all the time. It's not helpful, man. Find your strategy and stick with it. Learn it. Don't switch until you've actually learned and realized that, okay, if it doesn't work, then you move on. I see people start a strategy and then they stop using that strategy 2 months later because they think it doesn't work. Well, you didn't put in enough time. So that's the first thing. Find a strategy, stick with it. The second thing for me would be study, and excuse my profanity here, but study your ass off. Study, 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 study. Study as much as you possibly can. Set aside certain times throughout the day to study. Again, you're never going to learn unless you learn. You got to put in the time to learn. Put in the time to learn. I know a lot of you have jobs and a lot of you are struggling, right? You might be struggling to find time to do it. Then work on your time management. Start setting aside a certain amount of hours per day or hour per day to study and stick with it consistently. That would be the second thing. The third thing would be find some consistency in your life. Find some consistency. Find a process, some kind of discipline that you can stick to every day. Whether that would be, I've talked about it a lot, but some kind of morning routine that you do every single day, because that's going to help you start building the mental fortitude to go about the rest of your day. So that way, by the time you get to the time you want to study, you already know it's a part of your day. You know it's a part of your day. It's a part of your plan. You're going to do it every single day, no matter what. Right? So find some consistency in your life. Save money if you're working a job. Save your money. And, use a percentage of that, whatever you want to use, into trading. If that's something you're trying to do, you got to work. You got to save up your money and start using a percentage of that money for trading. But don't use all your money for trading, guys. That's how you dig yourself into a hole. Don't use all. Budget. Have a good personal budget. That's a big thing too. Have a good personal budget and have a good process that you stick to every single day. A good discipline, because that's going to help you mentally. That's going to help you with your risk management. You're going to have a better idea going into every trading day of what to expect. Like, let's just say we can use some examples. Let's just say, for instance, you bring in $3,000 a month, right? Let's say your bills are like, I don't know. Let's say your bills are $2,000. Okay, so you have $1,000 left to play with, right? Maybe you throw in $500 into your savings. Maybe you throw in $300 into long-term investing. Maybe you throw in $200 into day trading, right? It's some kind of plan like that you got to stick to. Something along those lines. And then another one is time in the market. I would say number 4 is put time into the market besides studying. So you're studying is you're going to be watching educational videos. You're going to be taking notes. Number 4 would be putting time into the market. Demo trading, paper trading. Put time into the market. If you find yourself struggling, you can't seem to be profitable, stop trading real money or stop trading prop firms and go to a demo account until you can get your confidence back, until you can find your edge. That's another thing you can do. You have to put time into the market, guys. When I first started trading, I was kind of half-assing it. I wasn't putting everything in. I would spend a little bit of time here and there studying. I wouldn't put enough time into the market, and I was expecting results. How am I going to expect results if I don't spend time in the market? So that was another thing I had to think about. Once I started going all in, I put 100% into the market. Man, I would spend, and some of you, maybe you don't have the time to do this. I set aside, a lot of my day. I would spend hours and hours and hours in front of my screen studying the charts, back testing my strategy, taking paper trades. Obviously I made some bad mistakes. I lost a bunch of money. I lost a lot of money, whether that was in prop firm accounts or live accounts. But obviously you kind of got to go through the losing. You're not gonna win unless you lose, right? So that would be kind of my four things, and then the fifth one would be put everything into action and trust God. Right? That would be my fifth thing. Trust God. Trust in His plan for you. Take action, trust God. That's off the top of my head, that's the 5 things for an intermediate. That's kind of for most traders, but that's the 5 things I would say. And that's a really good one, C Breezy. Yeah, detach yourself from the money is a huge one. It's a huge one. Don't focus on your gains. Don't focus on how much you're going to make a day. Because that's going to make you start trying to make money instead of trying to trade the right way. So stop trying to make money. Try to trade good. Try to trade the right way. Who cares about the money? Who cares? I'm telling you right now, if you focus on the money, you're not going to make money. If you focus on the process and you focus on being passionate and enjoying your trading journey, the money will follow. It will. It 100% will. So that's what I would say. So I'm glad. Thanks for saying that, C Breezy, and thanks for your question. Study equals watch ICT mentorship plus back tests. Yeah, 100%. You can even go and look into more YouTube videos, right? There's a ton of educators out there. Maybe you don't like my style too much. Maybe you don't like my educational style. That's cool. Go out and learn from other people as well. I definitely I would say go do that, right? If you do like my style, if you like the way I teach, cool. Go watch all my videos. Take notes. Ask me questions. Ask John questions. We're here for you. We're here for you, right? I'm here to help you. So, again, go do your research. Learn all the stuff that's here that we provide for you. And, just go straight to you can go straight to the source with ICT as well. That's what I'm talking about, man. If this is your strategy, then stick with it. If you think ICT is your strategy, then go with it. Run with it. That's what I did. I used to trade supply and demand. Wasn't my strategy. Didn't like it. Didn't click too well. Started learning ICT. Everything clicked right away. I started learning so much. Okay, so now we have the press conference. Do you guys want to watch the press conference? I don't care too much to watch it, but if you guys want to, I could throw it on the stream. It's up to you guys. Yeah, Hector, there is a sub for this group. You can always reach out. It's under a subscribe channel, but you can always reach out to me or one of the teammates, me, John, or Braden, if you have any more questions for us. Shoot us a private DM. How do you detach from the money? Man, that's a good question, man. That's hard. I think that might be one of the hardest things to do. For me personally, it's always been super difficult to detach myself from the money because I've always been only focused on the money. I was always only focused on making money 24/7. That's all I cared about. And I never made money when I was focused on it. Never did. I couldn't make money because all I cared about was I need to pay the bills. I need to pay the bills. I need to make some money so I can pay for my car payment. I can pay for my rent. That's all I ever cared about. What I had to realize was, okay, how am I going to get to the point where I don't want to stress about money or where I don't need to stress about money anymore? Well, the first thing is work a job. Put some time in, work a job, and make some money and save up. Make sure that your bills are always going to be paid for no matter what. That's the first thing. Make sure your bills are going to be paid for. I know the dream. Everybody has the dream to quit their job, right? Everybody wants to trade for a living. It's possible, 100%. But first, you need to build stability. You have to have some stability in your life. You got to be able to pay for your bills. So work a job. Save up your money from your job. Just be able to pay your bills and have a little bit of extra money that you can put into trading. If you can put a little bit of extra money into your trading and you take trading seriously, take it seriously. Stop thinking about making more money. Stop thinking about that. Because I'm telling you right now, you're not going to make money if you keep doing that. You won't. I can almost guarantee. If you're only focused on making money because you want to get by, you want to pay your bills, It's not going to happen, man. I'm sorry to break it to you. And I know it's easier said than done, 100%. But I tried that. I tried that too many times. I said, okay, if I can just get a payout this week, man, I can pay for rent. I'll be chilling. I can buy something nice, awesome. And it just never worked out because I was so attached to making that money that I would make emotional decisions. I'd make these emotional trading decisions because I was so excited about making money that I would never make the money. So what I would recommend is, have a job, save money from your job, live, get a little bit more comfortable, at least be able to pay your bills and get by comfortably. And with that extra money that you can set aside, start investing that. Start investing that in yourself, investing that in your trading. And take it slow, man. Take it slow. I'm telling you, fall in love with the process. If you can fall in love with the process, if you can fall in love with trading as a skill set, that's how you can kind of detach yourself from the money. Man, I love trading. I absolutely love trading. I'm in love with the process of trading because it is a mental battle every single day, and it tests me, tests my character, it tests my will, right? Every single day it does it, and I love that. I love being tested. I love building my character, making my character stronger, because I know that I'm going to mess up every once in a while, and I can learn from that. I can learn from that and become a better person and become a better trader through that. So once I fell in love with trading, once I fell in love with the process of trading, a lot of things truly did change for me. Do millionaires and billionaires quit their job? No, exactly, right? They don't quit their job. I mean, most millionaires and billionaires, sometimes it's unhealthy, but a lot of them are addicted to working, right? They're workaholics. And that can sometimes be very unhealthy. It can be unhealthy, but I don't think millionaires and billionaires, I don't think their mindset is that they want to quit their job. I think their mindset is that they want to take control of their life, right? They want to take control of their life. I think that's a big thing. There's a difference between quitting your job and taking control of your life, because if you run a business, it's not easy, man. It's hard work. Sometimes harder than most jobs. You got to work hard for it. And most people think that they're going to run a business and just be able to stop working. It doesn't work like that. You got to work hard. Everybody works. You got to work. That's a part of life. It's honestly a beautiful part of it's a beautiful part of life, in my opinion. Man, you reap what you sow, right? You get out. The input that you put in is the output that you're going to get out, right? If you can be patient, if you can practice delayed gratitude or delayed, whatever the word is, I can't even think right now. So many thoughts are going through my head, right? Just delaying your rewards, stop trying to make money right away. Gratification, thank you. Delayed gratification. Put in the work. If you think about it, guys, imagine if you can put in the work for the next 6 months. Imagine if you study every single day or 4 or 5 days a week. You practice, you paper trade, you trade prop firm accounts, and you stick to a discipline every single day. You're passionate about what you do. You don't care about how much money you're going to make. Think about where you're going to be at in 6 months from today. Think about that. If you can delay your gratification, if you can stop thinking about, I want to make $1,000 next month, I want to make $2,000 next week. If you're not there yet, you might not be there yet. Just think about it this way. If I work as hard as I can right now, if I put the time in 6 months, I might be where I want to get to. I might meet a very significant goal in my life. I might start to see some profitability. Right? Stop thinking about making that money next month or next week or the next few weeks. As much as you can, try to delay that gratification. Okay, guys, so I know a little bit of a rant there, but I feel so passionate about that, and I really appreciate your guys' questions and your comments, because this is truly important stuff that we need to talk about. This is stuff we really, truly need to talk about and think about every single day. Every single day you should be thinking about these things. You shouldn't mindlessly be jumping onto the charts and taking trades. Be deliberate. Be purposeful. So I'll leave it with that. So just kind of going back to the charts a little bit. Not much is happening, right? We're just kind of chopping around. Not too many setups here in the market that I can see. Just kind of back and forth. We're still in the range. We're still in that range of our news candle. of our 5-minute news candle. We just kind of got to wait. We might have to give it some time here. You don't become a lawyer after 1 year law school or a doctor after 1 year med school. 100%, man. 100%. Man, those are some of the hardest jobs in the world, and those guys and girls are in school for, 6, 8, 10 years. They are putting in the work for that delayed gratification. I love that example. Very true. It's going to be very similar to trading. It might not take 6 years, right? Maybe it'll take 1 or 2 years. It depends on you and how your journey goes. But you're not going to find profitability in 3 months. It's not possible. I'm telling you. Maybe you'll get a payout in 3 months. You might get a payout. You might make some money. Cool. But are you truly building that, that skill set that you're going to make, that you can make money for the rest of your life? No, it's not going to happen that quick. And most people are sold a false dream. That's why I hate, I don't like the word hate, but I strongly dislike, some of these traders on social media that promise people that they're going to make a bunch of money right away, because it's not true. And that's what I'm trying to change here at Eternal Exchange. I'm trying to change a lot of people's mindsets about that. And, trying to tell you guys that it's not that easy. It's not going to come that quick, but it's possible. It truly is possible. Nothing good comes easy. I'll always believe that. Just scalped a short. Nice. Risk coming down to 5 micros. I love that, man. I love that. If you're catching trades, focusing on your risk management. That's what it's all about, man. $100%, man. It depends on your own discipline. That's why I keep saying you got to put the work in yourself. You got to put the work in yourself. But again, that's why we have this community, right? We are here to help each other, to help you with that process, to help you be accountable, to help you stay disciplined. That's what this community is all about. We're not just here to catch trades. That's a big part of it is to trade, obviously. But we're here to help each other. Because I could go and do all my own trades and trade on my own and be happy, cool. You guys could do the same thing. You could learn on your own. Awesome. But this is a real community where we are helping each other to achieve things that, achieve common goals and go do things we want to do. So, again, if you're here, I think you're here for a reason. I think you're here to learn. I think you're here to put in that work. And I respect that. So I know, no trading today so far, right? A lot of people might not like that. A lot of people might not like that we haven't taken trades today. And that's okay. I understand that you might not like that, but you'll come to learn in due time that there's a reason for it. You might not understand right now, but there's a reason that I haven't taken a trade today. All right, there's reasonings behind the things that I do. I know, bro, you're pissed off. You're pissed off that I'm not taking a trade. There we go. See, that's what I like to see. You're okay with not taking trades if the setups aren't there, if the price action's not there. That's where you got to get to. You got to be okay with it. You got to be okay with sitting on the sideline for an entire day. Please pass my evals and I'll pet your dog. I'm sure he would love that. He's all for that. You're like, no, I'm being serious, bro. Man, dogs are just, I love dogs too, man. Braden just got a new dog and it's a pretty cool pup. So now my dog's got a dog. Yeah, man, Lee, we've all been through it. I think everybody here has blown accounts. Everybody here has blown an account. Everybody here has probably blown multiple accounts. 100%. Right, and that's why we're here to learn discipline. That's why we're here to learn to trade the right way, to stop our gambling habits, stop our bad trading habits, and build some new ones. But what you have to do is you got to unlearn your bad habits to learn the new ones. So you got to work through those bad habits. And that's what I try to work on with you guys every day. That's what I try to help with. You clicked on Top Step's dashboard and you found about 70 plus trades up around 10K, which I never saw before. That's interesting. Well, see if they say anything. Yeah, man. I mean, that's, everybody's got their number. It's almost like hitting rock bottom, right? You got to lose a certain amount before you finally change your habits. Press conference is still going. Yeah, I don't even want to listen to that. I don't even want to listen to Papa Pal speaking right now. Looks like we're ranging right back down. We're still sitting in a 5-minute bullish imbalance here. We're now into a 15-minute bullish imbalance. Not a very great range that we've been sitting in here. Not too many opportunities here. Let's take a look at what news we got tomorrow. Let's see what the market's going to look like tomorrow. So we got unemployment claims tomorrow morning, pre-market, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Orange folder, red folder, yellow folder, all at 8:30. We also have an orange folder, yellow folder at 10 a.m. So we might see some decent price action tomorrow, I'm hoping. I'm really hoping we see some decent price action tomorrow. Hopefully it's a little bit better than the past few days. Man, but how's your guys' mental capital right now? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling? Bahama Llama, I'm hoping it smooths out tonight. I do want to look for some trades tonight, so hopefully it's hopefully we got some good price action later. It's hard to change something unless you've used force, physical pain. Well, no, 100%. You have to do something about it. You're not going to change if you don't put any work in. Right? I agree. Everybody seems like they're chilling right now. Seems like our mental capital is pretty good. Big chill on one trade. Got 250, no more trades. Very nice. Frank's feeling like dynamite. Man, that's good. That makes me happy, right? Makes me happy. Days like these can end up really taking a toll on your mental capital. If you don't stay disciplined throughout the day. You end up, taking some bad trades, blowing some accounts. You start going on tilt. So staying away from that is the best thing we can do. 100%, Brian. Hey, there you go, Doran. That's nice, man. Recovered some of your losses. Back to pretty much break even there. What? 14,000 piece McLaren Lego set, man. All right, you gotta let us know when you complete that and send a picture. That sounds sick. Bro, is that like the full size of a McLaren? Sounds like it's the actual size of the car. %, Sea Breezy, 100%, man. Progress, 1% better every day. All right, Long's starting to step right back in. Again, we're just kind of back into seek and destroy profile here. They are starting to look, they are starting to look a little bit juicy for sure. See, we got like a 2-minute Sibby right here. See if we're going to run through that level or not. Still in the 5-minute busy. Bounce off the 15-minute busy. Not really any 1-minute levels to inverse until up here. Got this 1-minute SIBI up here. %, Ryan trades. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to, to focus on your, be able to take a break, right? It's important, when you go through a hard loss like that, stepping away, taking a break is very, very important. So I'm glad you're taking a little bit of a break. A SIBI is a fair value gap. So a SIBI is a bearish fair value gap and a busy is a bullish fair value gap. How do you make SIBI and busy? Good question, guys. Good question. All right. So what is a SIBI? It's just a bearish fair value gap right here, right? So look at this 3-candle pattern. Do you guys know what bearish fair value gap, bullish fair value gap are? If not, again, I do have a course, that intro course. It's all free. I think the second video I talk all about what a fair value gap is. I don't know if I use the terms busy and SIBI in that video, but again, bullish fair value gap is a busy, bearish fair value gap is a SIBI. So right here we see this strong down close candle. Okay, we're looking at this wick right here. We're looking at this wick. So it's a 3-candle pattern. Why is this an imbalance? This right here is an imbalance because there's more sellers than there are buyers, showing strength to the downside. Showing strong bearish order flow that price wants to move lower. When we tap back into it, it acts as a magnet, right? Price likes to kind of go to these imbalances, fill a certain percentage of that imbalance, and then reject off of it or get a bounce off of it. So this would be a bearish fair value gap because we see down close candle, that's the gap. It's a down close candle. We wick to here, we wick to here. This whole open area right here shows there wasn't enough strength up here to rebalance the market. So we're probably going to get a continuation to sell side. So hopefully that makes sense. But again, if that doesn't make sense to you, go look at my intro course. I'm going to type it in the chat right now. Second video of that course is all about fair value gaps. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at that video if you're still a little bit confused. Oh, okay. So busy is buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. And SIBI is sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Right, so sell side imbalance means we're going to sell side, right? Sell side's down here. We're moving towards sell side liquidity. Buy side, we're moving towards buy side liquidity. Buy side's up here at the highs, sell side's down at the lows, right? Buy stops are up here, sell stops are down here. I look for SIBIs and busies in all time frames, and weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1-hour, 15-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute, right? All of those time frames, I'm looking for those fair value gaps. All of those time frames, I'm looking for those fair value gaps. And what am I doing? I'm going from the higher time frames down. So I'm looking at, okay, what is our daily, right? We're in a daily fair value gap. We just bounced off a daily bullish fair value gap, which means we're respecting bullish order flow, which means we're trying to move higher, right? So that gives me a better understanding of what we're going to do in our lower time frames. When we go down to a 15-minute, we've had a bullish bias. I know we've been choppy, but ultimately bullish bias because of the daily time frame. So we're using those higher time frames just as a reference for taking intraday trades on our smaller time frames. So then we can find our 1-minute levels, our 5-minute levels in here, on the smaller time frames that basically correlate with our higher time frames. I got you, Sean Quez. Okay, that makes more sense. I get that, Sea Breezy. I get that. It's hard to fit that time in 100%. I understand. But man, I see you here every day learning, right? You're in these sessions. You're learning. So I see you putting in the work. I see you putting in the time. And that's why I try to provide as much education during these sessions as I can. Because I know some of you guys might not be able to do the studying outside of this. So I try to walk you through as much as I possibly can in terms of education on top of our live trading. Because I know life gets hard. I know things get in the way. Joe, the last SIBI you drew, if you contemplated the short after the bounce, would you wait until the down candle closed before placing the trade or while it was forming? Good, very, very good question. So it depends on the trade. So again, if we're talking about the SIBI right here, let's say I have a very strong bearish bias. I would wait for us to start showing bearish momentum. I don't have to wait for that 1 minute candle to close. I just want to see us getting a good rejection, and I would look to take that entry based off of this bearish candle. I probably wouldn't get the entry off the bullish candle. I don't like taking a short entry off a bullish candle and vice versa. But once I see that momentum stepping in off the bearish fair value gap, I have a good bias, in a bearish trade. We have good liquidity resting below. I'm not waiting for this candle to close. I'm taking that entry off of our momentum off of this candle starting to turn bearish. Does that make sense, Ron? All right, Gianni. Have a good shift, man. A few more days, man. Excited for you. Yeah, we've had some higher time frame SMT for a while now, right? So the 4 hour, ultimately the 4 hour still hasn't taken out those highs up there. 4 hour over here is taking out previous day high. It's taking out equal highs on the 4 hour up there. So we have some higher time frame bearish SMT. We've also actually had some higher time frame bullish SMT. So it's just a lot of back and forth, and that makes sense with the way price action has looked the past few days. All right, a lot of SMT back and forth. So that's what makes these conditions a lot harder to trade. We can just kind of see this range. We're just chopping back and forth. We're not really creating any clear entry levels. We don't have a real trend. We don't have real structure right now. We're sitting right in the middle of our hourly or our news range, right? This is our news range right here on this candle. We can't seem to break out of it. So this isn't an area that I would look to take a trade. But yeah, guys, I think we've covered some really good education today. I think we've covered some really good topics, even though we didn't take a trade today. I truly think that, that's a very good thing that a lot of people might have taken away from this. Hopefully, I hope that some of you took away some positives from what we have, we've learned today, what we've gone over, that you don't always need to take a trade. Not every single day is going to be a trading day. There's going to be some days you got to sit on the sideline. All right, so I hope I've been able to answer all your guys' questions. I try my hardest to be able to answer every single question. I know there's a lot of people typing sometimes. Sometimes I can't get to everything. But, I try to get to all the questions that I possibly can. Deep, you said, I watched the full mentorship course on ICT, but the things I learned from your live training sessions are much more in depth than what I covered in the course. Man, thanks for saying that, Deep. That means a lot. It means a lot, man. That's my goal. That's my goal. That was my whole purpose, right? I broke down the strategy from ICT. I turned it into kind of my own specific strategy, and now I try to teach that to you guys and try to teach you, how I have seen success from my strategy. So thanks for saying that. Yeah, so again, we traded back into that SIBI. We rejected it again right here, right? But while we're in this range, this is not a level I'd look to take any trades off of. But it's good to tape read, guys. It's good to do your charting right now. Even if you're not taking a trade, chart out these levels, chart out these SIBIs, chart out the liquidity levels at the highs, at the lows. Start getting familiar. Start getting as familiar with as you can with these levels, even if you're not trading. That's what tape reading is all about. You don't have to take a trade to learn. You can still learn by just charting. But I think that's all I got for you today, guys. Again, I'm not liking our price action. It's not worth risking capital today. No trades for me today. No, I don't use any indicators for my fair value gaps. I do it all by myself. I like to do things old school. Because it helps sharpen my mind. It helps me stay focused. Doing it myself, I have to go actively look for those levels. But again, I'm not against using indicators. I think they can be very beneficial for people. I just don't prefer to use them. I like to chart out my levels myself. I'm a little bit old school when it comes to that. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to end it here. I really appreciate everybody. I appreciate your questions, your comments. I think it's been a great day overall of just learning, staying disciplined. Please stay disciplined for the rest of the day. Continue to grow on that discipline. For my VIP members, I will see you guys later. For my mentorship members, remember we have our next class tomorrow morning. And for my free members, I'm always around, so feel free to always reach out to me. Remember, we have that free chat room for a reason, so that you guys can still be active and talk with fellow traders. So Again, I will talk to you guys all very soon. Appreciate you all. God bless. Please stay safe today. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you all in the morning. Peace out, my friends.